to me, like, I don't care about the Lakers or Clippers. What I care about is how come Andrew Wiggins is back perfectly healthy, as rested as a basketball player could conceptually be, and he can't even make Sunday's game? You can't ramp him up to play on Sunday. Maybe you got to sit him Friday because he just got back, but he can't be ready at 28 years old to play on Sunday when he's apparently been working out and ready to go, and he stayed in shape, and he's 5-on-5 scrimmaging. Like, what in the God's name are the Warriors handling this guy with kid gloves if he's not hurt? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, that the last two words you said are the most compelling part. It's not an injury. He's not hurt. So isn't it him being back is just about him, traveling to the arena and being there? He's there. Why are they not playing him? I mean, why would you not want a game or two in the regular season to shake off the rust, have him run up and down, see what it looks like?
Put him on a minutes restriction. We understand that he's not ready to go 42 minutes. We get that. Play him 15 minutes night 1, 20 minutes night 2. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain to NBA teams that you have a better chance of winning if you play your healthy players when they seem to be available. I don't get it. I don't get it. And, this whole, the Warriors have been team ramp up with everyone. This guy's got to ramp up for 3 weeks before he's ready to play. Anyway, it's just
well, he's not been playing NBA ball. He's missed 23 games. I get that.
You can't be in basketball shape unless you play basketball, but they're not going to have him play basketball to get into basketball shape. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. It's like, so wait, you're going up against maybe Sacramento in the first round. They're one of the best offensive teams in the league, and they've got tremendous momentum as the 3 seed, and you don't want to take a game maybe against Portland on Sunday and throw Wiggins out there and let him get some run and let
Portland's not even going to be playing on Sunday. Portland's just going to be waving goodbye to fans and saying, thanks for another year of supporting us. Like, the Portland Trailblazers aren't even going to show up and play that game hard, and you can't have Wiggins go through a walkthrough there. I don't understand it. And again, he's 28. He's been playing basketball his entire life. If load management means anything, he just was load managed for 23 games in a row, and I'm not looking at a guy who put on 20 pounds while he was away. Like, just go out and play. I don't get it. It's candy ass. It's candy ass for a team that's got a lot of candy ass about them this year.
Well, and Kerr just stated it, but he didn't really explain it. He said Wiggins is not going to play in these final 2 games of the regular season. He'll continue to work and ramp it up pretty quickly. Full court 5-on-5. You look good. He still has to stack a number of days like this before he's ready to go out and play in an NBA game. Health-wise, we can't put him in a bad spot. So are they telling us that he's not going to be ready for the first round? Or is it as soon as the playoffs start, he's going to be there?
I don't know. I mean, it's the Warriors got a lot of double talk about them this year. They do. I don't think you can take any public statement really from any team and say, yeah, go ahead and print that. That's the right thing. That's the truth. I was talking about this earlier today on Damon Bruce Plus. Larry, you got an incredible, vast audience out there. I yet to have every single one of your subscribers subscribing to my page, so I would certainly hope that they would do that tonight. But look, I was talking about this today, and I don't understand how the Golden State Warriors haven't figured out that the only way to be consistent, and they're lacking consistency all year long, is to get guys out there and have them play consistently. Like, that's I don't understand that about how they've done this. And the whole thing with Wiggins in his absence, dude, if it was his father, why not say his dad's sick? He needs to be at home with his father. I don't think there's a single person who's got a father or a parent that were ever ailing that wouldn't understand that immediately. There's nothing controversial about it. There's nothing to protect. There's no, I mean, you're not telling us about the medical problem that your father is having. I don't believe the Warriors here. I hate to say that, but I really don't. I don't believe that is at the epicenter of why this guy was gone for 23 games. And, am I a heretic for not believing what they say? I think people are kind of dopes for just wanting to believe everything they say. Well, Damon, it's none of your business. It's none of that. Look, if your dad's sick, just say my dad's sick, and I'm going to go on to make $250 million in my career. So, I could give a shit about 23 games. I'll tell you right now, if I'm a quarter billionaire, I'm going to make my own schedule, and my dad's sick. I'm going to walk away from anyone, anything, anytime. I don't care how much you're upset about that. I'm going to go do what's important to me because I've got FU money, if I can quote Gary Radnich.
It's very amazing that the NBAs seem like the only league in of all the major leagues where if a guy goes down with an injury, it's like, hey, all right, we don't have to worry about, using him anymore. He gets automatic rest. It's like, it's almost like this regular season means so little that it's like, I'm not coming back. I mean, Draymond actually said a couple weeks ago on the podium, I don't get up for March basketball. As people are sitting 3 feet away from you, paying thousands of dollars for tickets.
Yeah.
How tone deaf is that?
And here's the deal. So many NBA seasons in recent memory, teams have punted on 20 games. And it's not necessarily going to be the first 20 games, but there would be 20 games throughout the year that really don't matter. And you can just burn the tape and go on in the next game because the results don't matter. Everybody's got a big cushion. So then it became like, well, the first 25 games of the year don't matter. Or you can take away maybe 30 games. They'll start trying at the 40, the 50 game mark. We're at the 80 game mark. There's 8 quarters of basketball left, and you're not going to take those seriously to crank anything up either. I just saw Milwaukee is 28-5 and what is the last stretch of games. That's a team that's sharpening the knife and getting ready. The Warriors are about to step into the playoffs with a very experienced chef, no pun intended, but with a very dull knife. And if they're not going to use these next 2 games to sharpen that knife for the playoffs, don't be surprised when they get bounced early. There is a lack of a dog about this team. There is zero urgency to get it right. And it's palpable when you watch the Golden State Warriors. They're sloppy as shit.
Well, they've just kind of coasted through this whole thing. It's I don't know. It's like I love basketball and I love the playoffs, but the something about the regular season that's just it doesn't do it for me. I like the season is really broken down into a bunch of different seasons. I like the basketball that we get right out of the chute in November, between November and Christmas. I like that level of ball. Then, it seems like it's kind of humdrum between
cruise control.
January 1st and the trade deadline. Then I kind of like the period right after the trade deadline when you get new players and new looks and guys moving around and kind of the reshuffle, if you will. And then you get a kind of feel for, hey, what do these teams look like with their new players? I like that period. Now we're in the shut it down again mode. It's not worth, seriously, it's like if you told me, do you want to pay for courtside tickets to the NBA? I need a lot more information. I need what part of the year is it? Who's playing? When is it? Was there a back-to-back the night before? There's just a million different things. The playoffs are awesome, but the rest of it is just like
the regular season. You're going to so who's going to be a total wuss tonight? Who's not playing? Who can't go even though they're the most finely tuned, cared for, nutritioned up, constantly monitored. Every single movement that they've ever had on a practice court has been counted. It's arithmetic.